I have today called on President Ramaphosa to come out of hiding and address the nation on the escalating lockdown crisis. It's now been full 19 days since the President last spoke to us as South Africans about the nationwide lockdown in response to COVID-19. Since his announcement of the move to level 4 of the lockdown, he's been completely absent and has left it to a handful of ministers to communicate the very questionable decisions of the National Command Council that are putting our economy and the livelihoods of ordinary South Africans in great peril. We now call on the President to address this nation urgently, and he should do so regularly, at least once a week. And these briefings must include the opportunity to ask questions from the media. We're also repeating our call on him to make public all the COVID-19 data, along with the NICD modelling he is using to justify this continued hard lockdown. The data should include COVID death statistics by age, HIV status and comorbidity. It should include the exact state of healthcare and hospital readiness in each district and city, and it must include full transparency on what triggers a move to a different level of the lockdown so that we know clearly what we are working towards. And importantly, it should include a clearly defined reason and therefore the goal of this continued hard lockdown so that all South African citizens know where we stand and know exactly what we're trying to achieve. In the context of a lockdown crisis, 19 days is a very long time. Every day that the economy has remained shut has cost our economy billions of rands. Since the President last spoke, countless businesses have closed their doors, leaving thousands more South Africans without jobs and with no income. These past 19 days have been devastating for those already in poverty. Desperate and hungry South Africans have had to watch as food parcels have been hijacked by ANC councillors, and how good citizens trying to feed the poor through soup kitchens and other outreach programs have been harassed, shut down and arrested. And we have seen the steady march of an authoritarian state, brutalizing citizens, arresting pensioners and terrorizing toddlers for the crimes of going about their daily lives. And still, the President is absent. It is unthinkable that in any country in this perilous situation should go for almost 3 weeks without a sign of its leader. And the vacuum left by the President has been filled by the petty authoritarianism of the worst of his ministers, people who seem to have very little understanding of what it takes to keep a country afloat and how people should survive when all economic activity has been suspended. South Africans deserve to be treated like adults and, importantly, as citizens in a democracy that deserve to be told the truth. We do not deserve to be told that crucial information on the virus and the country's state of preparation is deliberately being withheld from all of us for our own good. We deserve to be shown the same trust and respect that has been asked of all of us by the President. When he speaks of a social compact, he must know that this cuts both ways. And so we call on him to recognize that he is answerable to 58 million citizens, not subjects of this constitutional democracy. He has a duty to explain not only what he and his government intend to do to protect the lives and livelihoods, but also why they are doing it. In other words, the reasoning, the data, and the modeling behind keeping the country locked down, when experts and epidemiologists across all fields, including government's own, are calling for a swift end to the hard lockdown crisis. The President must take this nation into his confidence and play open cards with us. Otherwise, he's going to very quickly lose the public support and compliance.